Okay, ready? Raise your hand if you've ever watched a brand reveal video and thought to yourself, that's really underwhelming. Yeah, I see you. You're not alone. The reason that most logo reveals feel, well, boring is not just the animation. It's not just the trends. It's just that brands are forgetting the story behind their design. Today, we are going to talk about why logo reveals are dying. There are so many brands out there that just feel forgettable. And we're going to talk about how design can actually make people care again. Spoiler alert, it's less about flashy visuals and more about storytelling. Do you remember a few years ago when logo reveals were the event? Companies would tease them, hype them up, maybe even try and get you a little emotional. Apple would do it, Pepsi has done it, Starbucks, even small startups were trying to get the cinematic wow factor. And for a moment, it felt like design was actually exciting. Fast forward to today, we scroll through YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and most logo reveals, you barely notice them. And why is this? Because over the last decade, there has been a huge shift towards safe, clean, predictable design. Brands are now playing it safe and everyone is following the same pattern. Fade in from black, minimal animation, maybe throw in a soft glow or a shimmer, add one of those like barely audible swooshes, and then end. And I mean, it's something that works technically, but us as the audience, it doesn't really make you care. It doesn't really tell a story, and it definitely doesn't make the brand more memorable. Here's the thing that you guys hear me say all the time on this channel. Design isn't just about making things look good, and it is absolutely all about connection. Brands, they feel boring for 3 reasons. They prioritize visual trends over brand personality. You see the same flat gradients, the same sans serif fonts, shout out to Helvetica, muted color palettes everywhere. It's just safe. It's predictable. It doesn't really stand out. Number 2, they don't tell the story. A logo reveal, it isn't just animation. It is the moment that a brand shares its identity with the world. If the story behind the brand isn't clear or compelling, the reveal, it just falls flat. And number 3, they confuse polish with impact. Smooth, shiny animations. They could feel compelling in theory, but if the audience doesn't know why it matters, polish alone won't make anyone care. And this is absolutely what's happening in the industry right now. Brands are thinking about design like decoration rather than communication. And here's another layer to it. The audience has changed. People, they used to sit through a 90-second logo animation and maybe feel something. But today, it's a whole different beast. We all scroll fast. Your audience, they don't just want a pretty logo. They want meaning, context, emotion, a reason to care about your brand. And that's why some brands are starting to shift their focus. Instead of a 90-second cinematic reveal, they drop micro stories. Behind the scenes, logo creation, explaining why colors, shapes, and fonts were chosen, sharing the philosophy or mission behind the design. And then suddenly your audience sees it as not just a logo, they see it as an experience. Okay, let's be honest. A lot of logo reveals, they feel boring because they play it safe. There's like this unspoken rule. Avoid strong opinions. Don't alienate anyone. Stick to what's visually familiar. And visually familiar has a name. It's called safe design. Safe design, it looks nice, it's clean, it's modern, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't really spark a conversation. And it definitely doesn't make the brand memorable. Think about it. How many brands have been rebranded in the past year that you've seen that you actually care about? Odds are not many. And that's not failure of the logo itself. It's failure of communication. So, if Dr. Candace is diagnosing the problem, the solution is very obvious to me. Number 1, story first design. Before you animate or you polish, before you fade from black, ask yourself this question. Why does the logo exist? What does it communicate? And number 2, intentional surprises. You really don't have to be flashy. But what you do have to be is thoughtful. A subtle detail can speak way louder than a 3D cinematic explosion. And number 3, audience-centered storytelling. A logo reveal, it needs to answer the why do I care? And if your audience can't answer that for themselves, then you're really missing the mark. And number 4, consistency with brand identity. Animation, color, font, style. All of this should reinforce the personality of your brand. It can't just look trendy. Basically, what I'm saying is care more about the meaning than the polish. And in return, the polish will serve the story, not the other way around. So let's make this concrete. Here's a hypothetical bad example. A tech company recently dropped a logo that looks very sleek. White on gray, subtle fade, but it offered zero insight about the brand. People loved the movement, but no one remembered it a week later. Why? No story, no context, just motion. And let's talk about a good example. A small independent coffee brand showed 15 seconds of clips of sketches, inspiration from the local neighborhood, and the meaning behind their colors and logo. It was very minimalist animation, but it left the viewers feeling something. They care, they remember it. It's not about effects, it's about why the effects exist. So here's the takeaway. Logo reveals are not dead. They are just evolving. Brands that succeed now are the ones that are willing to do these 3 things. Be brave enough to tell the story. Be clear about their mission. And 3, stop solely relying on trends to capture their attention. The death of predictable, flashy logo reveals isn't tragic. It's a change to refocus substance over style. Because at the end of the day, design isn't about making things look cool. It's about being remembered. So next time that you see a logo reveal that leaves you yawning, don't just scroll past automatically. Think about what's missing. Is there a story behind it? Is there context? Does it make you feel something, even subtly? And if the short answer is no, that's why it feels boring. Logo reveals aren't dead. They're just asking for a little more attention. Just add a little more story, a little more heart, you know? Design isn't just decoration, it's communication. And this is a lesson that every brand should be hearing in the year 2026. But okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give it a like, subscribe for more videos just like this because I make them every week. And I'll see you next time. Bye!